Hello everybody, Tom here, and today I'd like to talk to you guys about some products from Harmony House. I have their TVP Sampler and the original backpacking kit that's full of vegetables and dried beans and lentils and whatnot. This is Editor's Choice 2007. I picked this one up from REI, and I ordered this one from Harmony House. So let's tear them apart and take a look at them. Alright, first off, let's look at the TVP Sampler. For those of you that don't know, it's textured vegetable protein. Now this is a meat replacement, or it could be a meat extender. If you don't have a lot of dehydrated hamburger, you can add some of this in, and this actually takes on the flavor or whatever it's mixed in with, so it's really good. You know, alone, all by itself, it's not all that hot, but when you mix it in with anything, it is really good. So let's start apart. This is their chicken-ish chunks, and I've sampled most of these, and they're all pretty good. That wasn't supposed to be in there, but that's tomato powder that I ordered separately. This is really good stuff too, that you mix in with some chilies or spaghetti or whatever you need tomato powder for. These are Hamish bits. These are beefish chunks. And beefish bits. This is great in like say hamburger gravy or something like that, or just kind of tossed in with your stroganoff or whatever. And this is your chickenish bits. Alright, and last but not least is the taco bits. Now, Harmony House has this available for $16.95 on their website, and you can go to their website to check that out. But I purchased this myself just so I can experiment with it, and I'm actually really happy with what it is. This is not very much money when you consider how much it costs to buy hamburger and dehydrate it and all the time and whatever it takes. You can buy this unflavored, so you can add your own seasonings, and it really is a really good supplement in my opinion. When you are making stroganoff and it needs a little bit of beef, you can throw some of this in there, and it'll take on the flavors. And I mean, you might notice it if you're pretty finicky, but I really like it. In a coming up recipe, we're going to be using some of the chickenish bits. It's meat free. It has a little bit of seasoning. I have rehydrated these a couple of times and just tried it by itself. And you know, to tell the truth, I wasn't, you know, it wouldn't be something I want to eat all by itself. But I mixed in with some other seasonings, and it's going to be pretty good. When you're dealing with TVP, it's a 1-to-1 ratio. So if you're using a tablespoon of the product, you use a tablespoon of water and let it rehydrate. Now, on a side note, Bob's Red Mill has TVP. It has no flavor, it's or unflavored, so you can mix this in. This is only $2, and it's 10 ounces, so, and it'll rehydrate quite a bit. And again, whatever you put this in, it will bring out that flavor. And you know, when you rehydrate it, it gets a little bit bigger. So keep that in mind when you're making up your recipes. All right, this is the backpacking kit. They also have a soup kit that you can buy. This one I think was around $47 or something like that. You'd have to double check their website to see exactly how much it is by, when you go to look at this stuff. This has no additives or preservatives, non-GMO, and I was really happy to have this thing. Every time I run out, I resupply, and it's so much easier than doing it yourself. It just takes a lot of time to do all of these different vegetables, and if you got the time and you've got everything to do it, it's well worth to do it. But I tried onions, failed at that one, but tomatoes are no problem. I've done those before, but these come in the kit, and it's really easy to use. Alright, so just so you guys can look at these a little bit, this is the black beans, and if you got a little recipe, it comes with a little recipe card. I don't know where mine is at the moment, but you just add whatever you want by the tablespoon, and put it in a baggie, and then rehydrate it when you're ready. And you can do a cup or 2 cups of soup or whatever you'd like. They're black beans, which are pretty good. They're green beans. I haven't opened this one yet. I've still got plenty of my own that I dehydrated, but I'm sure they're just as good. The peas are great. I put some of these peas in with some macaroni and tuna, and put some peas and some corn in there, and it just turned out great. That was macaroni and cheese. Diced carrots, same thing. Just rehydrate them up and add them to your soup or whatever your recipe calls for, and then you can rehydrate on the trail. Some more diced carrots. Diced tomatoes. This is another big one. You can find sun-dried tomatoes in your local store, but these are really tasty. And anybody that's had some dried tomatoes or dried mushrooms, their flavor just intensifies. Bell peppers. You can add this stuff to your egg omelets and stuff. We're going to be doing another recipe like that here soon. Pinto beans. Another great product. You can just add it to your recipe. Another thing of peas. These diced potatoes. I made a potato soup the other day, and it only took a couple of tablespoons, and it really made the difference in the soup. Sweet corn. I found that this stuff rehydrates pretty good. It's not like the freeze-dried stuff, but this is really good. Lentils. Everybody, if you haven't tried the lentils, man, these are really good. Another diced potatoes, northern beans, and some red beans. These onions are really tasty. As soon as they rehydrate, I mean, you can smell them. They're really good. And celery chunks, another great thing for soups. And the green cabbage, and this makes a great soup as well. Alright guys, so there you have it. There's some really good options to add to other things, and that you can just buy at the store. You don't have to depend on Mountain House or any of that other stuff. I know that they're good and they put out a good product, but when you want a little bit of variety, there's some other things that you can go ahead and put together, and I'll give you some samples here. Alright, so here's a sample breakfast you could put together, and you can put together a lot of these, and it didn't cost me very much. You use a couple of tablespoons of your egg crystals, some bell peppers, some real shelf stable bacon, and your hash browns. And I just found these in the store, and it was not very much money, and you could do several breakfasts out of this throw it in for a wrap, and you've got a great breakfast. All right, here's another one that I'm going to be sampling, and it is probably going to make it into the recipe. Chili mac. There's a couple of servings in here with a little bit of beefish bits and beefish chunks, and hopefully we'll have a really good chili mac. We're going to be experimenting, see if it'll make it into the backpack. I'll probably throw some onions in there too. This is another recipe that I'm going to be trying to see if I can get the portioning just right for on the trail spaghetti. And again, for the amount of money that you spend on this stuff, putting it together is just not very much. It's it's a big bargain. Okay, everybody. Well, there you go. I hope I've inspired some of you guys to look outside of the box a little bit when you're putting together your own backpacking meals. And hopefully you will share some recipes with me. I'm always looking to expand my knowledge of backpacking meals and to think outside of the box a little bit. And I love variety out on the trail. So, well, I'm looking forward to sharing some more recipes with you guys soon. But until the next one, you guys take care out there. And we'll see you out there on the trail.